Hey everybody, welcome back to the Crypto Times, episode 12. This is the Crypto Baron bringing you the blockchain's best recipe of 70% information, 20% interpretation, and 10% immature dick jokes. Today we're going deep on yesterday's market turmoil as the flippening begins, and the ICO of the month. Spoiler alert, its status. So let's get started. First, a quick thank you to Charles Hoskinson for spending nearly 3 hours with us on our inaugural live stream last week. And another thank you to everyone who attended and has watched since. Perhaps the biggest thank you to whoever made this picture, though. This is brilliant. Anyway, love him or hate him, there was an absolute ton of great information in that stream, and you should definitely check it out. I understand, on the other hand, that 3 hours is a bit time intensive, so I spent last night chopping out a handful of segments that are my favorites and a significantly more palatable size, so make sure you flip through those and check out what interests you. It's definitely all worth your time, but take a look. So I want to weigh in on IOTA really quick, which debuted at number 6 on CMC today with nearly $2 billion in market cap. Which begs the question, what the fuck are IOTA buyers thinking? This is essentially the same concept as Byteball, which is literally being given away for free every single month. Secondly, $2 billion? Unless IOTA was developed by Lord Vitalik, provider of Lambo's long-lost, even more autistic twin, while possessed by the ghost of Satoshi Nakamoto, rest in peace, IOTA's going to be a hard pass for me. Alright, sorry. So, what the hell happened with the markets yesterday? I woke up, I checked CoinMarketCap, like the good little crypto junkie that I am. ETH surged past 400 for about a 50% gain over the weekend. Then the rest of the crypto market fell apart. Even Coinbase shut down temporarily. And why did this happen? Well, to understand why, we need to discuss some rudimentary economics and Bitcoin's reserve currency status, as well as how ICOs add value to the Ethereum network. Actually, a quick brief aside on this note. Mark Cuban is a total douche. Mark Cuban, world-class exploiter of the working class and symbol of all Bitcoin stands against, called Bitcoin, which is something he clearly doesn't understand, a bubble, and justified this by saying there's a reason crypto is measured in dollars. That's a quote, by the way. First of all, you imbecile, crypto is measured in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the reserve currency for crypto, you ignorant douche. We're going to get into the reserve currency status a little more in a moment, but further, Mark is a venture capitalist, a career which has now been rendered obsolete by the ICO industry. So, by all means, Mark, keep ripping off single mom side businesses on Shark Tank. But if you want to fund real innovation, you need to go buy some Ether, you mongoloid. Alright, so let's get back on topic and start with the flippening. So Bitcoin has been the preeminent OG blockchain since Satoshi, rest in peace, introduced the innovation nearly a decade ago after the US economic collapse. As altcoins in the blockchain ecosystem have developed around Bitcoin, their price has been benchmarked to Bitcoin, as opposed to the US dollar or euro or yuan. This has turned Bitcoin into the crypto blockchain space's reserve currency. So Bitcoin has also enjoyed significant added growth through increased demand as the primary gateway to altcoins. So if you're new to the space, you may still read and measure altcoins in your native currency. But after a few months in the space, pricing alts in Satoshis becomes second nature and common practice. Now this relationship is important, but first let's talk about Ethereum's most recent trip past the moon to start exploring Mars. So yesterday, the Bancor ICO raised $140 million, including 10 of my own Ether and a last-minute impulse FOMO YOLO. Regardless, 140 million raised means a lot of Ether was purchased over the weekend, which we saw reflected in the giant price hike. Now, ICOs are almost always going to put more buy pressure on the Ethereum network than they will the sell pressure. Now, I know these companies take that in funding, and then they have to, I mean, they can't pay all their bills in Ether and pay their people. So there is going to be some selling, but the sell pressure is going to be a lot less because A, Ethereum's growth incentivizes them to hold as much as they can. B, we're also, the ICO industry is expanding rapidly, so we're taking in more and more money. So we're generating much more buy pressure than we are sell pressure. So when you consider that escalating trend of more and more ICOs and trying to save the Ethereum, we can take a look at Ethereum, and despite its rapid ascent already in 2017, we can still recognize it as undervalued. It's my personal opinion that Silicon Valley is currently being rebuilt on top of the Ethereum network, a blockchain that will be measured in the trillions. Silicon Valley will essentially be paying their rent in Ether. This price hike, however, pushed us closer to the Flippening event, where Ethereum overtakes Bitcoin in market cap. And it also caused a lot of Bitcoin sell pressure as Bitcoin traders jumped ship to Ethereum to piggyback on the price spike. Now remember what we said about the reserve currency status? When alts are traded and priced in Satoshis, a 20% dump in Bitcoin will impact altcoins proportionally. And that's why we saw about a 20% dump in just about every single different altcoin, because they're still getting traded at, say, 1,000 Satoshis. So if you measure it in USD, it's going to have the same 20% drop. Now, things like Shapeshift and exchanges adding more pairings and atomic cross-chain transactions will help mitigate this in the future, but for now, be prepared for more turmoil ahead as the Flippening continues to approach. So when this happens again, and it will, relax. Now, I'm a firm believer that hodling is the most difficult and most successful path to success in the crypto space. I remember being mad at myself for buying Ether under $10 while Bitcoin was on a bull run in January. And then similarly, I wanting to dump NEM at less than a penny. And obviously those have worked out very well. This is a historically bull market. All you have to do is not beat yourself. And on that note, I want to introduce you guys to the Crypto Times first ever sponsor. This is a big deal. I also want to add that no, the Crypto Baron is most certainly not selling out. I strongly believe in this product, and you should too. So let's take a look at this groundbreaking innovation, and then we'll come right back with the ICO of the month afterwards, okay? Stay tuned. Are you a former fireworks salesman turned Bitcoin maximalist who has spent all year obstructing innovation in the name and love for coffee? Then do we have the product for you. Introducing Rogers Anal Lube. Because Vitalik and Ethereum are going in dry, you might as well enjoy it. Made from real tears. This advertisement has been brought to you by Peter Todd. And welcome back, everybody. It's time to talk ICO of the month. Status! Status is a really cool concept that has already seen a ton of development by its team. Far from the usual ICO process of conceptualize, fundraise $100 million off the idea, a white paper, and a shitty website, Status is a completed, essentially, platform that basically makes the Ethereum network more end-user friendly. Messaging and browser platforms and more for your mobile device. Think about Gnosis and Aragon and Ethlance and other dApps. Status provides a user-friendly way for these dApps to interface. So Status really contains a lot of attractive use cases for blockchain for the masses. Now, Steve Jobs used to say, technology should be beautiful or invisible. And this is a cross between making parts of Ethereum beautiful and making the more technical parts invisible. Of course, unfortunately, this product is not without its negatives, so let's discuss. Negatives. Enough with this hidden cap shit. Seriously, imagine approaching a venture capitalist investor when they ask you what your valuation is. You say, "It's a surprise!" This hidden cap nonsense is one of the more low-rent, like, bullshit moves taking place in this space right now, and somehow it needs to stop. But I'm a hypocrite, and I already grabbed some hidden cap Bancor, and I plan on getting some hidden cap Status too, because free money. But I digress. Status has a hidden hard cap and 41% of their tokens are sold in the crowd sale. So let's suppose that with a soft cap of 12 million Swiss francs, I'm expecting the hard cap to be approximately 50 million Swiss francs. Likely a little bit higher, maybe a lot higher, who knows. So when you divide that 50 million estimation by 41% adjusted to US dollar, it gives us an opening valuation of about $125 million. Further, Status will require significant adoption to be successful. And all that being said, there's a lot to be excited about it with it, and I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you weigh in the comment box and tell me how you feel about Status. Should I get it? Should I not? Are you with me? What do you think, guys? And that's it for today, everybody. Look for episode 13 later this week. Lucky number 13. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Until then, like, subscribe, and for an incredibly worthy cause, guys, please tip half your net worth to help fund whatever I want to spend the money on.